You don't use your body. Okay, so what do I mean? The ground is a source of three forces. You have lateral force, you have rotational, and you have vertical. And the longest hitters in the world do all of them. And last night I was watching the long drive contest. This guy goes way around here. He drives and jumps literally off the ground, hits it 390 yards in the air. But he's a beast. I mean, the guy's a beast. But watch your lower body here because you don't really use it. You turn your hips on the backswing, but what's the first thing that moves? Your hands, right? Okay. This is supposed to go first. This is supposed to go second, and your arms and hands are supposed to go 3 and 4. Now, does that mean you can't play golf? No. That means that you're not as powerful as you could be. Your hips are supposed to move not only laterally toward the target about 6 or 7 inches, they're supposed to rotate about 40 degrees by the time you hit the ball. Well, you turn them 40 degrees to the right, and you turn them 40 degrees to the left, so they're about to where they finish. I'm sorry, they're back to where they started. But you should turn them 40 on the backswing and 80 on the forward swing. So at impact, you got a little chicken wing. Watch the left elbow. So the left elbow breaks slightly. There's your right shot. So that's the diagnosis part of your golf swing. Your feet and knees do very little. Alright, now let's look at a pro. So you can at least have a visual image of what we're going to do. The good news is you still hit the ball well. You don't hit it as far as you should. Alright, his hips are going to move to the front of that box. Let's take a look at where your hips go. Okay, there's your impact position. There's his impact position. Notice the bend in your elbow here. Notice no bend in his elbow. It's locked. Alright, notice the lateral movement. He starts, here's his left hip, right? Right on this, I'll just draw a line right here. Okay, now watch where his left hip goes. So he's there, and he's there, right? So he's getting some lateral movement. Now, let me say this. Don't think about that if you go play. You got to practice that movement over and over until you can do it without thinking about it. Motor learning is repetition at a conscious level, and slow motion without a ball is the best way to learn. So you practice your golf swing in slow motion, and you spend 10 to 15 minutes a day on that movement, and suddenly you'll have a golf swing that looks a lot different in a week than what you have. So you take a lesson with me, and you work on the movements, and then you go play. You just think target. You think maybe one swing thought, and that's it. But it won't be a thought about your body. It'll be a thought about how to get the golf ball to go to the target. It'll be, hey, I want you to feel impact. What does it feel like to have that left wrist flat? Not, what does it feel like not to do this? That's a more valuable thought process than, hey, you got to move your hips.